Right, in this tutorial we're just going to create a simple 4D schedule using a combination of Revit, Navisworks and Microsoft Project. So the first thing we need to do is go to our Revit file and export the Revit file to something that Navisworks can understand. So this is the file we're going to be using. It's just a very simple house, nothing of any great significance in there. So we go into a 3D view and click on add-ins. Now after you install Navisworks, you get two new tools available, the Navisworks 2016 and the Switchback. So if you click on Navisworks 2016, it'll try and export the file for you. So I'm just going to go to my computer here. Somewhere in here I should have Navis demos. So there it is. It'll give you the file name of whatever your Revit file is. So Navisworks NWC, and there is some settings that you can play with in here as well. But by default, all of the settings that are in there are perfectly fine. So there's no major issues in relation to that. More advanced usage, you're obviously going to start using these things. So by default, I'm going to throw it at that demo file, click save, and then the exporter does its thing. So we can see there, it's just ripping through and writing out the file. So that's been done. With that complete, we really don't need it anymore. So we'll just have a look first of all at the Ams Project Plan before we go into Navisworks. So this was created using Microsoft Project. It's a very simple project plan. It's obviously not intended for production use. It's just here just for this demo, so it's not that great. But we just got some information on it, so foundations, external walls, roof, and all that kind of stuff is in here. What we're going to do is use this file in Navisworks. So let's go in and do it. Fire into Navisworks, and obviously nothing open at the moment. So what I'm going to do is open up that NWC file. So, sorry, I should be going to the computer really. There we go, Navis demos, and there's the NWC file that I have. So make sure it is NWC, and you might be looking at an NWD or something like that. So it's an NWC you're looking for, click open. And that'll go away and work its magic. It'll take a little bit of time to load up, and there it is. So we can see in here now we have our model, which isn't looking too bad. Again, the interface is very familiar once you're used to Revit and all the rest. So yeah, everything is just there. Zoom in and out on the mouse. View cube is here. Pan using the hand. It's all pretty straightforward stuff. So what we're actually interested in is the timeliner here. So the timeliner, we first of all need to turn it on. So when you click this button here, it brings up a pane. And this is where your Gantt chart is going to appear. So looking at this, currently it's got nothing in here. Now you can go about this thing by adding tasks and all the rest, but really it's not the tool for it. It's nice and all the rest, but quite frankly it's way too complex, too slow to use. And for the most part we're going to be using something like Microsoft Project anyway, so it makes sense to, use best of breed. Anyway, back into Navisworks. So what we can do here is link in that Microsoft Project program. So under data sources here, what we can do is click the add button. And this gives us the option of bringing in CSV, MPX, or in this case here, I'm going to be using Project 2007 to our 2013. Now, if you're using other tools like Primavera, you can bring those in. But if you've got something different, for instance, Project Libra, you can spit out Project Libra plan as a CSV and use that as well. So it's all doable. So into Microsoft Project, click on that, and now it's going to ask me for the file name, and as it happens, it's going to go straight to my house.mpp because of where I saved this. So that's it, house.mpp, that's the file we were looking at, and then I click open. So what we have to do next is we have to map the fields in the Microsoft Project file to the fields in Navisworks. So first of all, synchronization ID. What we need to do is map this to a field in Microsoft Project. So now you could go for ID, but it's a bad idea. What we go for is unique ID. This is a unique identifier associated with each task. So if it moves around in the Microsoft Project program, it'll always hold true. So synchronization to unique. The next thing is planned start, planned end, actual start, actual end. So we're not doing any tracking yet. So what we can do is simply set up the planned start date against start and the planned end date against finish. So that should be in here somewhere as well. Finish, there we go. As for the rest, we don't need it. You can start throwing in other information, as you can see, but we're not going to. So click OK on that. And now it's, well, it's got this data source here pointing at our house MPP file. Now, if I have a look in the tasks, nothing has happened. So the trick now is to quite simply refresh that data source. So refresh all data sources, and good idea to rebuild the task hierarchy. So I'll click OK on that. And now hopefully when I go into tasks, there is the project program there. So we can see that. That's everything I have in this MPP file. So if we go back in, we need to reopen it after you've had, there we go. After it's been opened in Navisworks. For some reason Ams Project is shutting it down, so I assume that's intentional. Just to give you an indication of the flexibility on this thing, what you can also do is once it's been linked, you can make edits to the original file. So I'll go, this is add change. And what I'll do is I'll just push that back to there. Can't be, okay. Change it to auto scheduled and just give it a couple of days there. So you can see there that this has now been added in here, and this is the change that we have. So it's now that item number 18. So if I click save on this, I can go back into Navisworks, and of course nothing has happened. But if I go into the data sources and again refresh it and rebuild the task hierarchy, click OK, back into tasks, there you go, this is the change. So you can work away with MS Project the way you always did. It's not going to make any difference. Now, we have the data in, we have the house, we have the plan, so the trick now is to simply link the two together. And we do this very simply by selecting the items we want and putting them on. So I'm going to start off with the wall foundations, seeing as they're there. So I'm going to go to the select on that, so change my icon from the cursor. And when I click into this space here, it should start grabbing these items. So holding down the control key and just grabbing all of those. So that's all of them. And what I can do now is go to my wall foundations here, select the item, and then go attach current selection. And we can see here on the side, I'm just going to move this away a bit, it has attached explicit selection, but what we haven't done is set the task type. So it's going to look for one of three things at the moment: construct, demolish, and temp. So we're going to construct those. And that is now telling Navisworks what it needs to do with those. So that's fine. Now I'm going to grab the slab and basically run the same operation on the slab. So again, attach current selection and say construct it. And let's see what else we got here. So let's start grabbing some walls, north, south, east, and west. So I think this was actually the south wall. Sorry, just grab those. So grab these ones here, move to south, attach current selection, and again a construct. Not sure what that is, but I'm throwing it on the east. Again, construct. Spin it over to the other side. Yep, probably not the best way to look at that. Sorry, let's grab that and just spin it another bit. There we go. So I'll throw this one to west. And again, attach current selection. Construct. Let's see what else can we do here. Let's get the, actually let's grab that point as a pivot, I think. Spin around the other side. Let's get the back wall. And again, this will be, I assume, the north. So attach current selection, again construct. while I've got this view, you don't have to go through these things in terms of a sequence. You can just grab them whatever way you want. So I'm going to take the ground floor windows and attach these. One of the things you do have to watch for is when you are connecting them, that you only do that well, you're careful enough that you can append or attach. If you try anything else, it can get a bit confused. So attach current selection, again it's a construct. First floor windows, again just holding the control key to get all of those. So I'll just fly around the back now. Nope, might have forgot those windows in my build. Well, maybe I didn't. There we go, let's grab those. Now there is another way of selecting these items as well, which is doing it off the selection tree. So anyway, that's those guys. Attach current selection, again it's a construct. External doors, so I should have one there. Sorry, let's click away there. Seems to be lagging for a minute. There we go, let's grab that one. Flip over the other side. Yeah, be careful about zooming in and out. What happens if you have something clicked and try and zoom, it will use it as a pivot point. Okay, so that's kind of it. Now I've got these items now attached, and what we can do now is go to the simulate here and just play it. So if I hit the play button here, off it goes. There's those foundation walls, in goes the slab, up goes the walls. Clearly they wouldn't be built like this, but never mind. They're going on the back. Did I forget the roof? Yep, I forgot to put on the roof. Okay, no problem. Final thing then, let's put a roof on it. Obviously I haven't touched the internal, but I'm going to grab all of these, and where's my roof? There it is. Attach current selection, and again it's a construct. So final run on the simulation. See what that looks like. Yeah, it's looking all right. And yay, we have a roof. Now it'll start popping in my windows. Okay, once you have all this and you're happy enough with it, you can export it by going to the export animation button here. So the source is going to be the timeliner simulation. Viewport renderer, so the output type is going to be an AVI. Width and height, frames per second, I should say. Let's give it, oh, I don't know, 500 I suppose. 5,000 might take a while to render. Yep, click OK. And it's going to ask you where you want to put it, so I'm going to throw it on the Navis demos file, save thing I have there. Then it'll ask me whether or not I want full frame uncompressed or whatever. Oh, it didn't. Never mind. It's all right. It was happy enough with that. There's my tasks all there. And that's it. That's the basics of 4D. Thank you very much.